What's up? It's your girl, Pat, the Chinese drama addict, and I'm back at you with another review. And this time I am reviewing the Investiture of the Gods. I like this drama, and not for the reason that most people would like it. I liked it for one character, and that's that aloof character that came from heaven that only made tea. I lived for every moment this man came on the set. I really did. He made this drama by himself with his little wife that beat the hell out of him constantly with a broom. He had me laughing. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was like, this drama is kind of dumb. It's dragging. It's getting on my nerves. It was irritating me. But he was the only thing in this drama, to be honest with you, that kept me engaged and engaged to the end, to the point I was looking on Amazon Prime. I mean, not on Amazon Prime, but Amazon Video to see, when the next episode was going to come out. I'll be honest with you, some of them I skipped because the Pacific certain characters got on my nerves. The guy from Royal Novana, I think his name is I can't think of his name, but he's from Royal Novana. He plays the Crown Prince in Royal Novana. He got his crown on in this one too. And by me watching Royal Novana and the Investor of the Gods at the same time, I was about sick of seeing his ass cry. Okay, I was like, this boy know he can cry at a drop of a dime. He could literally cry. And on this particular drama, basically the story is that there is this child that's abandoned, and a family takes it in. Um, this child has a destiny that he has to fulfill, and there is a awful king. I mean, this king is sadistic, crazy. There's not enough words in the negative words in the dictionary to honestly describe this particular emperor. Okay, this how deep it is with him. He's a fucking mess. As mess can get, that's a mess. He is sadistically, uh, he's just out the box. He is completely out the box crazy, and there are no words for him. Definitely was gonna need some magic to get rid of him, and he didn't go easy, as in most of these things. But basically, there's this tyrant of a emperor. Uh, of course, a maiden that's in this, a girl that's in distress, and basically what happens is that there's this demon that takes souls or whatever, and he's the guy from what is it? He's Phoenix from Ashes of Love. And basically, he makes a deal with this girl to get out of the situation that she's in. Uh, when she ends up, her family ends up being all killed, all because of this emperor wanting this particular young lady and also wanting to rule against all the different surrounding little countries or cities around her. So she goes into the palace or whatever, and she makes up her mind she's gonna get revenge. And boy, does she get revenge! She says, "I just don't want to kill this man because I could do that. I want him. I want to destroy everything around him, everything about him, and that whole entire aesthetic of her wanting to destroy everything kind of takes over her being." You have to be careful with that in life. Sometimes you'll have situations that I'm mad about this, and I want to get my revenge, and I want it now, and I want it immediately, and you don't care how you get it and how many people die behind your wanting to get revenge, and you lose yourself to the point that the person who originally walked you in there to get your revenge is saying, you know what, you need to slow up. You're taking this a bit far. And what ends up happening is that this particular demon ends up falling in love with the girl who wants revenge. And he does the bidding for her. And it's all because she promises him her soul. And before it's over, the demon finds himself in love with this girl. So here's another dynamic. And our crown prince from Nirvana, Royal Nirvana, he's this is supposed to be his quote unquote sister, but he's in love with her too. She has completely changed from the person that she once was. And now she is a straight, hey, I'm working the situation so I can get the revenge I've been looking for. And revenge has overtaken her. She's no longer the good girl he used to know. And she's actually feeling to a certain degree, for this particular demon god. So it has to have some balance, and then you got people inside of the heavenly realm rebelling because they've got their issues with the head um, Lord Emperor in heaven, and the Emperor knows that this situation has to go a certain type of way for things to come back online. So he sends the one of his disciples who only makes tea and rarely pays attention to anything down there to fix it. But even though we think he's absent-minded and not really a good, strong person to do this, you see how God thinks. It's like the least one is the one that's gonna fix all of this, and the least one you think would, he's the one that fixes it all, and very wise at the end of the day, and very smart. Even though his character was played as if he's kind of aloof and stupid, but I loved him. I loved every part. I loved him on screen. I love waiting to see him on screen. He did his part very well. I love the acting in this. Our crown prince acted like a fool. He acted weak in this, and I don't like him in weak characters. Um, I can't think of his name, but you know, our crown prince from Royal Havana, he really was weak, hard headed, stupid in so many ways, and just almost screwed up the whole plan of how this stuff could work. And people are telling him, you are the main one who will be the problem in this if you don't slow down and think about what the hell you're doing. How many people got folks like that you know? It's like, okay, everything's going to move a certain type of way, but you got to play your position. And they want to play every position but the position that they're supposed to play. If somebody says, just hold your peace till we get out of here, they just got to blow up. You got to put your hand over their mouth to stop them from doing whatever. And he's like playing that character in this. And he was slightly irritating. He was a slightly irritating character for me in this. But Investor of Gods is kind of worth watching, and the only reason why it's worth watching is because of one particular character, and that's the T disciple from heaven. So if you want to check that out, please do. Like I said, it was a pretty good drama once you got into it. And it talked about people said sometimes you got a person that you love that loves you the most, that's truly in your life and your true blessing right in front of your face, and you can't see it. And you're not, and because you're stuck on stupid with somebody who don't even want you, you miss it. And I mean, it really ran that home that honestly, had he had saw one of the other characters that was there for him, listening to him, who liked him, he probably would have had a better life and a better situation. But he was totally gone on someone who was just determined to end themselves. And sometimes you can be in relationships with people who are determined to just be nothing. And there's nothing that you can do about it. And you can't love them through it. You can't talk them through it. That's just who they are. And you have to accept it. And if you choose to be by yourself at that point because this person will not love you, then it's on you. Okay? So, like I said, Investiture of the Gods, I give it honestly, it can't be a whole entire drama can't be held by one character in my book. So I'd have to give it about an 8 and a very low 8 at that. Like I said, the only reason why it gets an 8 for me is because of the fact that it had one character that I really liked a lot, that I really look forward to seeing on the screen. So that's my review of Investitures of the Gods. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye, babies.